so excited. I made the cut. I see my picture.
Oh, hi guys. Okay, I'm going to screen share. Thank you so much for being on tonight. And I just appreciate you guys so much. And my name is MaryAnn, and I'm so excited that you guys are here. And thank you so much for being on the call. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. So I am a diamond coach. I am a military wife. I am a mother to our dog Laker, who is 5, and Camden, who is our son that is in heaven, and he would be 2 right now. So I'll kind of get into a little bit of my story. Basically, I am just this really energetic, like loving person. And I've always been the type of person to live my life to the fullest. I've always had this passion for fitness, and I really just wanted to get into the best shape of my life before my husband and I went to Hawaii in May of 2012. And I was placed in a challenge group. And I actually met this lady, Rhonda, who invited me to a challenge group. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know if I wanted to be a part of it. And somehow, some way, I agreed to it. And it was just like, bam, it's like everything changed for me. And I started following her, and I really liked her stuff. And she just like was this really positive person in my life. And I trusted her because I was like, okay, this girl's really positive. I want to be her friend, and I kind of want to be in her challenge group. Let's just see what happens. And I did it. And I looked so hot for Hawaii. And I looked so hot that that's when I got pregnant with Camden. And, you know, throughout my pregnancy, I had an awesome pregnancy. I did agree to be a coach, but I didn't really actively coach or really do much because I was waiting to have the baby. And then I thought, okay, then I'll really get into this coaching thing. And you know, I carried Camden full term. I carried him 40 weeks. And at our last doctor's appointment, they couldn't find his heartbeat. And at that point, I knew that I was going to have to deliver him. And that's exactly what I did. Beautiful baby boy, 6 pounds, 8 ounces on February 1st, 2013. And, you I know he's watching down on me, and he's a really big part of the reason why I do what I do. So with that said, after, I said my husband's in the military. So after, we went through all this tragedy, we had orders to move. And we were living in Charleston, South Carolina, which I really miss Charleston still to this day. And we got orders to move to Washington State. And I just was like super heartbroken. My husband's gone, my son's gone, like what's going on? And, for about 3 or 4 months, I wasn't doing so well. And I was like, I literally had like bottles of wine on the side of my bed, and I just was drinking wine. I didn't care. I didn't want to get out of bed. I just was in this like terrible, deep depression. And it was crazy because the only people that really were reaching out to me or really cared about me were these people that I met in the Beachbody Challenge group that I was in, and, Rhonda, who was my coach. And at that point, I was like, I agreed to go to this thing called Summit, which is like this big Beachbody event. And I agreed to go to it the year prior before all this happened. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I should just go. And then I was like, I felt so hot when I was doing that insanity program. Maybe I'll just do that again. I need to lose this weight and whatnot. And so that's exactly what I did. And, I was in my hometown at the time. I didn't want to see anybody that I knew from my hometown. And it was perfect. I just did my workout at home. I didn't have to talk to anybody. It was so healing for me. And it was something that I needed. So long story short, I pretty much started coaching it will be exactly 2 years this week was like exactly 2 years. I really started actively coaching. And, I have replaced my full-time income. I work in property management. So, my rent where I live is half off. And so that is one reason why I keep my job. And because for really realistically, I don't need that many hours of a day to coach. But ultimately, my goal is to be able, and I know I'll be able to just say, hey, you know what? When I have other children, when my husband and I get orders to move somewhere else, I'll have that freedom. So that's just, a really big part of my why. So since Beachbody, I did end up doing a bikini competition 9 months after I gave birth in honor of Camden, which kind of led me down like this whole nother story, a whole nother path, which is basically me learning about nutrition, but then me obsessing over nutrition, and now in present time finding that balance. And Tessa, who is going to talk briefly about her story, I get to connect with people that have experienced a similar loss, and it's just so amazing to meet people that other women, especially, that can understand what I'm going through. I understand what they're going through, and we have each other to lean on. So I'm going to let Tessa talk and tell her story.
All right, can you hear me? All right, so I am an Emerald coach, and I started coaching in March of this year. I kind of just, it was like the right thing at the right time, I guess, because I am a stay-at-home mom of 2 girls, and we have 1 son. Like MaryAnn said, I've also experienced loss. In December, we had our son Grayson. When he was born, we knew he was sick. We didn't know what the outcome would be or anything, but when he was 8 days old, he did pass away in January. And his really short time here, though, he changed my life completely. He changed my outlook on life. He changed not just mine, though, like so many other people around us, like just really learned a lot from him. And I knew I needed to do something to continue that, to provide that to more people, to inspire more people. And I met MaryAnn through a mutual friend, and she obviously understood me more than most of my friends did at that point. And I had already committed to getting back into exercising because I had experienced postpartum depression with my first daughter. And that was a healthy pregnancy and healthy birth. So I could only imagine what was coming from this. So I decided to get right into exercise, take control of my life, and just better myself, focus on that, and just really place my grief in a really positive place. So and eventually, through our friendship and everything, the coaching opportunity was asked, and I was took a little convincing, but I committed to it and dove right in. And I did the full Insanity program. I had a ton of fun. I gained a lot of friends through the challenge groups and the coaching community. I was just astonished by how many positive people there were. And the fact that, there were so many people that they weren't just being positive, though, like they were sharing their hardships, and they were being very realistic. They weren't hiding. They were just sharing their stories and helping other people. And I just knew this was definitely something I needed to be a part of. So since then, I've dove in. I've had a lot of fun with it. And my husband is just floored because I used to be the shy girl in the corner at the party that was observing all the people. And I didn't want to make new friends because they might not like me, and so on and so forth. But now I'm so passionate about what I'm doing in my life and who are my friends and who I'm involved with. So I'm just ready to get out there and just build relationships all over the world. So it's been really fun.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Tessa, for sharing. And if you guys could see on the screen, this is like crazy. Like, she makes me want to do Insanity again because she just looks like so awesome, and she is so inspiring. So follow her on Facebook if you can. I know she would love to be your friend. Okay, so Team Beachbody. So here's the thing. In 1998, Team Beachbody put into motion their products. And this was, so Carl Deichler and John Congdon were the ones that created Beachbody. And they basically started out as an infomercial company that wanted to create products to help people. And it wasn't just going to be this like quick fix scheme. It was going to be a like something that people actually had to work hard for. And I'm sure all of you know P90X. Everyone knows P90X. And they've, of course, started off with Power 90 and like other products as well. And I mean, P90X is still one of the most popular infomercials to this day, over, almost 15 years later. So it's pretty cool. And then, of course, Insanity. That's one of my favorites. And Beachbody like continues to keep creating all these like new programs and products. And it's really, really cool because it's like us as coaches, we never get bored ever, because we have a new product that we get to try out. And then we basically get to show other people how that product works, which is really, really cool. So it's not even on this timeline, but even from 2015, there's the 21-Day Fix Extreme that came out. Max Insanity 30 came out the end of 2014. We are going to be having new programs come out at Summit, a program called Size, which is like dancing and like fun stuff like that. So they're always coming out with new things for us. And 3-Day Refresh is huge. That came out last year, and I do it once a month because I just love it. And it isn't a cleanse that is a bad cleanse. It is a cleanse that is a good cleanse, and it just keeps you full and satisfied and all that good stuff. So just a great company, have so many great products. So this kind of shows you like the graph of like how Beachbody, like where they started and where they're at today. And it's really cool because Beachbody is always continuing to grow. So there's new coaches all the time, which means there's more customers to help, and it's still a very young company. But it is growing fast. So like when I started, when I kind of started, like when I got into the Beachbody world, like 3 years ago, there was 100,000 coaches, and now there's like 350,000 coaches, which is like crazy awesome that I get to be one of them. So here the graph continues. Okay, so all you guys probably already know this. If you've been in a challenge group, you know that what makes Beachbody unique. We have the fitness side, we have the nutrition side, the support, and like rewards. And like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the slide of Tessa, she like got her Insanity t-shirt. I need to get my Insanity t-shirt too. I got a T25 t-shirt, but I need to get my Insanity t-shirt. But it's cool because they give you t-shirts for free. They give out cash rewards every single day, and they give out big like yearly rewards too. And they just do that because they like care about people and they like love people. So Shakeology is pretty much like the marquee product that Beachbody has, because you can only get it through coaches. We call it the daily dose of dense nutrition because that really is what it is. And it is the healthiest meal of the day. Everyone always asks like, when should I drink Shakeology? You can drink it whenever you want to drink it, because really and truly, as long as you're getting that nutrition in, it doesn't matter. I use it for recipes. I make this like delicious like chocolate cake with it. If you guys want, I can give the recipe. We make little protein balls. Like, we always try to do fun stuff with it because sometimes you just need a sweet and I love sweets, so it's awesome. So there's so many ingredients in Shakeology. There's antioxidants, probiotics, to help your digestive system. It detoxifies you. Like, I always know I will never get sick. Like, even Tess and I were talking about this the other day. Like, her whole family was sick, and like her kids, her husband is kissing on her, and she like didn't even get sick. And she kept saying, I was waiting for it. I was waiting to get sick, but I didn't get sick. So that's true testimony. I've been doing it. I've not missed a day in 2 years, and I have not gotten sick. So I mean, that has to be the reason why, because I used to always get sick. So it's called a superfood for a reason. So there's really nothing that's comparable. And I know for me, I have people ask me all the time, like, well, MaryAnn, do you have another protein to drink or protein thing that you recommend? I don't want to take Shakeology. It's expensive. And I'm like, I don't, because I really don't. And, you know, I've worked as a personal trainer. I've been in the fitness industry, and I actually was never a shake person. I always was like, no, that's okay. I'd rather eat food. I don't want to be eating a shake here. Like, that's just how my thought process was. And honestly, when I did Shakeology for 30 days, I thought I would just do it for the 30 days and be done. But it really made me feel good. And it's like, okay, Beachbody has a method to their madness. Like, the P90X guy and the Insanity guy would not be like recommending to drink this superfood if it wasn't good for you. And like, now it's crazy. Like, and my husband drinks it too. It's like, and he doesn't like working out, but he just was like, okay, I'll drink it and just see what happens. And it's like, he dropped 30 pounds, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And like, the cholesterol is lower for both of us. And so, yes, it makes you like look good, but it's also good for like your insides, which is a big plus to be healthy. So there's something for everyone. That's what the fun part about being a coach is that really there's all these different products. And I know I've mentioned my husband, drinking Shakeology. He did the Ultimate Reset. And I don't know if you guys know about it or not, but it's actually really cool because it isn't about working out. It is about like eating. And I just ate the food with him. I didn't actually take all the supplements with him, which I would like to do one day. But the food is awesome. There's like great recipes, and you could just buy that cookbook on the Beachbody website too for like, I think 30 or 40 bucks. It's really good. But yeah, there's like all these different products that they have, and they're actually coming out with a new supplement products that will be out for Summit, which is great because that's going to help a whole nother like demographic of people. And there's just a variety for everyone, and it's really nice. So here's some of the results of some people from our team. Sorry guys. Here we go. My screen share got all funky. So there is some results, and everyone is looking all good, but it's really more than just that outer transformation. It's about the inner transformation too. Like, it's cool to, feel good about yourself and for you to get results, but it's also really cool to like have new friendships and just be able to look in the mirror and just be happy. It's like, it's awesome. So, and we get to help people do that. So here's some other pictures of us. These are some pictures of us at Summit, which is like the big event that Beachbody does once a year. So what is a coach? Okay, so I know we're running out of time, so I'll try to be quick. So you do not have to be a fitness expert at all, like at all. I used to think that you had to be in like tip-top perfect shape to be a coach. That is not the case. You do not have to be in perfect shape. You just have to be willing to help people. You do not have to be a salesperson. You just have to be able to share your story. So what a coach should be, you're sharing your story. You're committed to being a proof that the product works. For me, it has saved me because I have a history of like wanting to binge eat, and it kind of holds me accountable to not do that because I'm like, okay, I have to be a role model for other people. And, and it does help drinking Shakeology too, because it helps curb that craving, but it just changes everything just for me personally. So, you're always working on yourself. Beachbody's huge on like working on yourself and always growing as a person. So benefits, you set your own work hours. I do work a full-time job and I still can do Beachbody full-time, which is really awesome. Like Tessa said, she stays at home and she's able to coach and still be present for her kids, which is also amazing. You could build online or in person or both, and basically you get to hang out with people that end up becoming your friends, which is really awesome. So rewards, obviously we get commission, we get 25%. It's a weekly commission. You get trips. There's a trip that Beachbody actually pays for once a year that's not Summit. It's actually another trip, which is really nice of them. And they just do that because they care about their coaches. They do recognition. You always get like a t-shirt or a jacket or something cool when you move up in the company. So huge support. We have a bunch of different training in our back office. We have, social media is how a lot of us do build our business. And, there's always something available to help you learn. Like in the back office, there's free trainings, there's free Success Magazine articles and audios to listen to. So like I said, it's always working on yourself. So what can you expect from our team? We do have weekly calls. We obviously do our coach summit, which is once a year. And we have different trainings. We have our team Facebook page. And really being a coach is a challenger. You get a lot of that accountability, but then when you're a coach, you get even more accountability because you're around even more like happy, positive, supporting people, which is amazing. So join as a coach. This is like the best way to do it. You get the best bang for your buck when you do a challenge pack. When you do a challenge pack, you don't have to pay the coach fee, which is $40. And I don't know it depends what promotions are going on, but right now 21 Day Fix is only $140. So you're getting a bag of Shakeology, you're getting the 21 Day Fix, or you could do the 21 Day Fix Extreme, those cute little baby containers which actually fit a lot of food in them, and then a free month of the Team Beachbody Club membership. So that's what I would do, because if you do Shakeology plus the coach fee, then it's already $140. So it's like silly. You might as well just get a program or even do the 3-day refresh, which is also another good option right there. So business fees, there is a $15.95 business fee. The reason why is because we do get our own website. We do have technical support that's available 24 hours. They have marketing stuff for us to actually use. They have that Success on Demand. We have all these things that they give to us, and really $15.95 is not that much for what you get for that fee. And they obviously ship out all the products to our customers. We don't have to have a bunch of stuff inside of our house, which is also super nice. So you could join as a customer too. It's also not a bad idea. However, I believe if you join as a coach, and I wish I would have done that right away, because then it would have saved me, an extra $50 a month. So another option that you could do, but I'm thinking about the coach thing. So things to think about. What did you guys like? If you guys have any questions, I'm just going to kind of stop the screen share because we only have like 3 minutes, but I appreciate you guys so much being on the call. It means a lot to me, and I just love seeing your faces, and thank you to Tracy too for being on.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Well, it's good to have you so much. Where do you live?
I live in Maplewood, Minnesota.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
I've never even been to Minnesota, so
Are you serious, girl? You have not been to the Mall of America. They need a big challenge at the Mall of America in the Rotunda.
You know what? She has a very good point. I do like shopping, and I have not been to the Mall of America. I think that needs to go on my dream board because I'm writing it down right now. Mall of America. So if I go, then Tracy, you'll have to come meet me there.
I'm right there.
And we'll buy scarves because I love scarves.
Woo, they got a scarf store there. Trust me.
Okay. Buy my ticket.
Greg will meet you there and help you shop, MaryAnn.
Okay.
Woo, exactly.
Tracy, do you remember when we came up to visit my friend up there, and then we saw you? Greg was one of the coaches on my team, and that's MaryAnn knows him too. So he was,
Okay.
he just took his girls there last weekend and posted about it. And he has a 13-year-old daughter, and he's like, "Help me now. There's not enough Starbucks in this mall."
Yeah, because we're a caribou place.
That is hilarious. Well, thank you guys. This was so awesome. And I love that it was like nice and intimate, and it was great. Great to have you on. And do you have any questions? You only have like 5 seconds, but.
No, I mean, it was pretty informative, and I picked it up, and it's given me something to think about because I'm changing the direction of my life, and my good friend Julie said, "Oh, you should come on one of these meetings," and I was like, "Okay, yeah." So thanks for really, including me. I'm so glad you included me.
Well, thank you for being on. Well, I think it's gonna cut us off, so I'll stop it, but